Okay, so Anya back, and this is part 3 of my Let's Play for my magic. Number 6, Mandate of Heaven. In this part I will be finishing up getting my skills and equipment together, and then we'll go around killing, looting. Like any good adventurer, it's just seething at the teeth to do. So, first thing we need to do is get over to Castle Iron Fist, but... uh-oh. The stables are closed at this hour. What ungodly hour is it? Ugh, 2:20 in the morning. Not even the inn's open. But that's not going to stop us. I'm going to wait till dawn. Let's see. Did they say they're open at this time? Yep. Oh, that sucks. But there's a workaround. I can even just walk there. So why not do that? There's many other things that could be running around and grabbing right now, but I'm on a mission. Okay, so how about we start shooting some spells at them. So the quick spell is a really nice feature in this game. It allows you to set a spell to the S key, essentially, so whenever you hit the S key it'll cast that spell. And if you don't have any spell points, it'll just try to attack like normal.
Okay.
Now, at low level, the arrow spells are pretty much useless because they rely on your accuracy to hit the opponent, and spellcasters don't typically have very good accuracy unless you, for some reason, give them lots of accuracy. But we shouldn't need too much to deal with this small group of enemies. Where's that one that's running away? There he is. So in this game, you will attack whatever monster you are hovering over. But you can also click right on the monster to attack them as well. Let's see, one of these guys running away? No. But if you don't have your mouse over somebody, they'll just go for the closest person. Small groups like this is why it's really handy to have 4 bows, because they're not even worth spending spell points on. Look, chests. I'm going to leave them alone for right now. I want to get at least 1 skill point into disarm before I start opening chests, because explosions suck. Alright, so we're just going to spend 5 days. I notice it takes 5 days for my rations, and walk over to Iron Fist. And look at all these guys. Followers of Va. And this game revolves around these guys quite a bit. There's a resident fanatical cult that is trying to usurp the Iron Fists. But we're not going to let them. They're pretty easy to just mow over. I think they're tied for rats with being the weakest creatures in the game. You can start to see what I mean when I say that the game throws a lot of people at you. We've got this isn't even a very large amount of people, and there's already more than 10. Now, one thing you can do in this game is actually hold down the key that you're using to attack, but that's not really a good idea if you are planning to heal with somebody, unless their quick spell is heal. Also, you could end up shooting a bunch of attacks at a single creature that's only going to die on the first one. There's a whole bunch of them around here. Literally just coming out of the woodwork. But they're pretty weak, and on their own, not really much of a threat. Not even in hundreds of them. So this is the town outside Iron Fist. Like I said, first thing you want to do is check for horseshoes, because free skill points. They do actually respawn. I think it takes a year for this game to respawn a region. Depending on the region, actually. Earlier regions respawn quicker, and later regions take longer to respawn. Up on the side here, there's actually a bunch more of those people. They're just hanging out at the bottom of the castle. The country must be in quite the upheaval if they can't even shoo hostile people away from their doorstep. Oh, look, fountains. Let's randomly drink from them. So that'd be a good spot to put a Lloyd's Beacon later, once we get the spell.
Hold! Who goes there?
Master Nikolai Ironfist, Prince and heir to the throne of Enroth.
Okay, so just so that people aren't completely lost if they're watching this, what's going on in this castle right now is this is the family that rules the entire country, the Iron Fists, and they were part of the game Heroes of Might and Magic 2. It was called the Succession Wars, and it was about the Iron Fist family being divided between the good guy, can't even remember what his name was. His wife is Catherine, who is also the main character of the good guys in Heroes of Might and Magic 3. And it was a succession war with his brother, Archibald Iron Fist, who we'll go visit in a few minutes. But the father has gone missing, and Catherine is overseas dealing with her father's kingdoms that are, because her father recently died, leaving their son to sit on the throne next to the regent. And so that would be why this kingdom is not doing so well right now. So the quest that we started earlier with the letter concludes here. Yay, free $5,000 for me really not having done anything. Then I get a quest, and each castle is in charge of upgrading characters to different classes. And this one is for Paladins go to Crusaders. You can still do the quest even if you don't have the character, but you won't get a specific character getting an increase in stats and hit points and spell points. Now you can also grab a quest from this kid, but it's an annoying one. He becomes a member of your party that will disappear after a little while, and you have to go find him in a circus, because this game is nice and cliche like that. We'll leave that for a little bit further down the line when it's easier for us to find the circuses. So we just made some cash. We should go and use some of it. Power.
How are you?
Disarm. Identification. Don't remember there being a whole lot to do in the castle. Oh, I could show you Archibald though. Really don't know what's going on with that super vertical mountain there.
How are you today?
Guild membership.
Thank you.
Yay.
You're too kind. Hello.
Spirit Guild
Thank you.
membership.
How are you?
Bodybuilding. That's the temple. Misk's shop. Actually going to be doing most of my buying and selling once I get merchant on one of my characters. Here are the individual guilds for the self magics, which offer much higher level books.
Hi there.
Swordsmanship. The axe guy is there. Okay, so mostly just trainers up here. Yeah, if you fall too much, your characters will start to get afraid.
Hi there.
It's quite silly. Knife fighting, and he doesn't do anything.
Hi there.
Ownership. Mine guild membership. There it is. Let's see, do we have any barrels? No barrels. Okay, I'm gonna skip right over to, I think it's this house.
How are you?
Yes, there it is. Berserker's Fury membership.
Thank you very much.
And a quest.
It's closed.
What time is it? There we go.
Ready to learn something new?
See, they must have done this on purpose because it is far too easy to get bow skill right from the beginning of the game. You just go to Castle Iron Fist, get 5,000 bucks, go buy a membership, and there you go. Everyone has bow.
That will be useful. That will be useful.
You can also pick up a couple of other really nice skills here, mostly armor skills. So we're going to want plate for the knight, chain for the archer, chain and shield for the cleric, and sorcerer gets nothing. Now somebody should get repair item, because in this game your items will break if you get hit too hard, and in the late game that means you're going to be getting stuff broken constantly. So it's really important to have someone who can repair stuff in your party. Now who's it going to be? The archer already has disarm perception, so we should probably put it on to the knight.
That will be useful.
Okay,
Oh no.
so now I probably should free up at least some space. But I'm looking for characters now. Now I said I was going to grab my followers. I'm going to be looking for a cartographer and a scholar, and sometimes you're lucky and you'll find both of them the first time you go looking. But sometimes you have to reload a couple times, because when you reload, everybody's professions will change. You know, back before we actually had NPCs that mattered that ran around outside, like in Morrowind. Okay, gambler. Burglar. I like that. My profession? Oh, I'm a burglar. Don't let the cops know. Stonecutter. You actually need a stonecutter for a quest later in the game. Scout. And most people's professions actually have some benefit to you if you get them to join you. Some are kind of bleh, some are amazing. Banker. I think the expert healer actually will heal you once or twice a day. Sailor just reduces the amount of time it takes to get to places by boat. Missionary. Armor. Oh, come on. Well, I can head back to New Sorpigal anyways, because that's where I actually want to do things. Yeah, no such luck this time. We'll head back to the Sorpigal.
Need a ride?
Oh, or I could take a detour to the arena. It'll be fun.
Hitch up the horses.
So the arena is actually based on your character level. The higher level your character is, the bigger fights you'll get into. I'm just going to save before I actually get into this fight, just in case I get dealt a really crappy hand. Ha, no saving in the arena. Nice. Alright, well then we'll just go nice and easy. We'll go start with Squire. So we immediately start the battle and people are walking around. Oh, I could have gone harder than that. Peasants. It's a weird looking peasant. Wow, I really could have gone a little harder.
Got him.
But yeah, if you choose the harder difficulties, you usually end up against much more enemies that can actually put up a fight, not like these guys. And then you'll get some little reward for having done the fight.
Hello.
Ooh, wow. So I basically get a free come back to the arena card, because it costs $50 to get here. Well, that could have gone better.
Need a ride?
But let's now go to Sorpigal by 2 days, and we'll use up our food supply by traveling by horse.
Hitch up the horses.
There we go. Back in New Sorpigal. Now, we were looking for a cartographer and a scholar. And like I said, sometimes you're lucky and you get them on your first try. Sometimes you're not so lucky. Rustler. Burglar. I've had playthroughs where this step takes way too long. New Sorpigal is actually quite ideal for finding the people though, because there's actually a lot of NPCs here for how big the town is. There we go, cartographer. Okay, join. For 200 gold to start 2% of the gold we find. You can cast Wizard's Eye spell at expert level constantly. One of the best uses of 2% of your gold you'll ever find. Actually, when I did my first part, I was wrong. The Scholar is 5%, but it's still totally worth it to never have to upgrade to spend skill points on the Identify skill. Let's see if I can find a Scholar. No such luck so far. There's 2 more places I can look. Now, as you can see on my map, you can now see little blue treasures, which is really handy when you're in dungeons because it usually reveals secret doors to you. There we go, Scholar. What do you know? You even have to reload once.
How are you tonight?
Go join. So when you're hiring somebody, you can even click on more information, and it just really spells it out for you. Unlimited item identification and 5% bonus on all experience gained. All for the low price of 5% of the money you make. So now I can do this, and I will never hear the "I don't know what it is" message ever again. Let's see here. Nice, even has a resistance. Still junk. Let's see, I don't even need to use any of these items. So we'll move on for now. I will... Ugh, arrows. I don't even think I would use this against magic, or physical immune creatures. Yay, 2 food. Okay, so now that I have the followers I need, I can pretty much get started. Just gonna swing by the local guilds to see if there's any skills I want to pick up. And probably level up because I've turned in some quests by now. Okay, so Buccaneer's Lair opens at night.
What are you looking at?
Go. Okay, so I already have my weapon skill for them. Now I get to choose my weapon skill for my archer. Axe, I believe, has some sort of armor reduction ability at master level. Staff has the defense. Spear, does spear do? I don't even remember. And sword. I was actually kind of hoping dagger was here, but I guess it's in Buccaneer's Lair. So I think I'll go with dagger on the archer. Daggers allow you to. The archer cannot wear a shield, and so using dagger will allow you to have 2 enchantable items. And with the master level change of you having a chance to triple your damage, combined with how fast daggers attack, make them actually really good for dealing out damage, just as long as you have the might and accuracy to back it up. Nothing really to learn there. Let's see here, I have 13,000 gold. So I'm going to actually head up to the spell guilds. Now in New Sorpigal they've got only 2 guilds for spells, and they're combo guilds for the elements and the self.
Magic of fire, air, water, and earth.
And pretty much all the spell guilds look more or less like this. It's kind of weird, like they have some sort of guidelines to follow. Let's see here. These ones don't even give you the ability to learn meditation, which I believe some spell guilds later do. But we're going to pick up all the magic skills we can. See, they're kind of pricey even at this level in the game. But I will actually hold off on buying the spells until I have something else.
Magic of spirit, mind, and body.
There we go. So now I have all my early game spell skills. Okay, now Buccaneer's Lair opens at 6.
Well, look who's here.
And they offer some extra little skills. So we're going to pick up Dagger
Be without it.
and Merchant.
Wouldn't be without
Merchant
it.
is the skill that makes everything, all the transactions more in your favor. So we'll be using our Knight to buy and sell everything to really milk that skill. So now that I have Merchant, we should train and level up a bit. But unfortunately it's closed. So we wait until dawn.
How about some trading? Okay. Okay. Okay.
Now the way the gyms work is in each town they'll have, well, almost every town has a gym. But depending on how far the town is in the game, it will have a level cap. So I believe this one stops at like level 10 or something, and you can no longer train there. The only gym that avoids this is the one at the Iron Fist Castle, which costs a lot more to train there compared to other gyms, but it doesn't have a level cap. Now that we have gone up level, we can spend some of our skill points. So I'm going to put a couple of points into Merchant right away, just so I can get some money going. Then I'm going to level up my most important skills as a Knight. As an Archer, definitely want to put 2 points in Disarm Trap, because it is no fun when traps explode in your face. Now we're going to want to increase our body magic a couple points, because that's got our healing spell, and that's really important. We can put 1 point of Spirit Magic, because we have been using the Spirit Arrow to attack. And Meditation, you could always use an extra little spell point or two. But we have some extra skill points, because we've been using the horseshoes on ourselves. Okay, so we've been using fire magic to attack, but it has that crappy little arrow spell that doesn't actually always hit. So we want to use a spell that always hits, and there's one in air magic. So we'll level up air magic. But we should also work on leveling something else up. Well, see, early in the game, Earth Magic gets you access to physical damage. We don't really need more physical damage, so we'll go with fire. especially because we have that Inferno spell. Okay, so almost ready. This game does have a fair bit of getting ready for everything. Oh yes, I should sell my stuff first. Just remembered I have my inventory full of crap. Speaking of which, they're 2d2 instead of 1d3. You could barely notice the difference, 2 to 4 damage.
Looking for a weapon?
So every item has a nice little description of it. Earlier items are kind of lame descriptions, but later on items seem to have a bit of a history to them apparently.
Come again.
Which is always nice to read sometimes when you feel like your game should have more depth. Okay. One else has shield, eh? No.
Don't touch the merchandise.
What a friendly guy. I want to buy things from him.
Come back soon.
Oh, he seems so much nicer now that I've taken his money for my junk. Okay, I'm not going to bother keeping that.
Can I help you find anything?
This is worth a fair bit of money, though, at this point in the game.
Thanks. Come again.
Okay, so we're officially ready to go adventuring. Could pick up some more spells, but I don't really need them at this point. The only one I want to pick up for sure
Of fire, air,
is,
water, and earth.
let's see if they have it. Protection from fire, cool beam, static charge. There we go. An auto hit early spell that only costs 2 spell points. Now here I could just buy them all right away, but I might actually want to wait until I have a higher skilled merchant because they do add up after a while. You see each of them are at least a few hundred, and I have to buy 4 per spell school per character who can use it, so that's a lot of books. I'll hold off on it for now. I just wanted to get that one for sure.
Okay.
Alright, so why don't we go for a warm-up? Now over here on this North Valencia is one of those examples of it having a capital letter in description. It's just an ordinary rock.
Got it.
Or is it?
Aha.
It's an actual treasure chest. And now to fight many, many goblins. Oh, silly me. I gave them a bow skill, but it's not going to do them much if I don't actually buy them a bow. Kind of forgot that step. But you know me, I always forget something.
That was too easy.
Fights do get harder in this game, because later in the game, most enemies can actually fire back.
Not enough.
So you can see some of the earlier fights are going to be very one-sided, especially because I got that 22 all stats. There we go. Now to tidy up and get a little bit of gold. Now you'll want to have the person with the perception skill picking up corpses, because if they have any little extra treasure, perception skill helps you get some of it. Sometimes you'll pick up like swords on goblins, or rings even. But most of the time you'll get nothing. Now for the spoils.
Aha!
Ah,
Aha!
fairly decent daggers.
Aha!
I never did get the sorcerer staff. I'll have to remember to do that.
Got it. Aha! Got it.
Ooh, that's nice.
Aha!
It's actually a pretty decent bow.
Aha!
And the cook pot. And so there's a house out here as well, with a person. Just randomly. I mean, I guess the local goblins were pretty cool with him, but they were goblins, so I massacred them.
Good day.
Ancient weapon expertise. I wonder if he'll be useful later in the game or something. I don't know. He looks pretty dumb. I mean, he's drooling. He can't be that important. On this hill over here, aside from there being just a weird jut out of a cliff right there, there is a sword and a stone. And look, I was strong enough to pull it out. This sword is much better than the one I'm using. 4d5, so we have 4 to 20 damage it does, while the sword I'm already using does 3 to 9. So that's a nice little upgrade. But if you don't have enough strength, you can't actually pull that out of the stone yet. It doesn't actually have a very high requirement. Well look, more indigenous populations. Well, not anymore. So as you can see on the mini-map, there's actually some people just coming over the hill now. That's the other local indigenous population. Apprentice mages. They have about as much hit points as the followers of Ba, and hit about as hard, but they can actually shoot back, which actually makes them somewhat dangerous. If you were to, I don't know, ignore them. Armor.
Aha!
Some basic equipment. More armor for the night. Because you always want at least one person to survive catastrophic chest explosions. They can get up the hill because they just keep pushing themselves against it. Okay, so barrel green liquid. If I remember correctly, that's endurance. Yep. Barrel blue, personality. Barrel red, might. So this game has if you haven't guessed by now, the different color of monster equals stronger version, which doesn't really make a lot of sense unless you eat sushi. But that's basically how this game works. Every monster you run into has 3 variants. They're not always in the same order of deadliness though. Red isn't always weakest, for instance. Alright, so it gets the last barrel. Let's go double check. Purple. Purple speed, I think. Yep. Okay, so there's a blue mage over there, and they actually hurt.
Okay.
There's actually a lot of these guys on the other side of this hill. I should probably attack them from the other direction instead of just having them come over the top of a hill at me. Okay. He's behind me. Now to pick up the spoils of war. I like how the bodies just disappear. Like, there's absolutely no cleanup required. Just, oh, I pushed spacebar on him, so the body disappeared and he turned into gold. On. Okay, so now there's a lot more mages over there to fight at once. I don't have any protection from element spells yet. So let's just save the game in case we get bombarded more than we can handle. Now if you stay in real time and move around, you can actually dodge a lot of projectiles in this game. But not so easy once they get closer. So as you can see, once your enemies start getting the ability to shoot back, they're a lot more deadly. I really like to hit my cleric, apparently. There you go. Should be a little bit more manageable now.
Okay.
So these are the most difficult versions of this specific monster. That's why he's taking so long to kill. He's the one that shoots the lightning shots, which actually do damage to my characters. those are fire arrows that do like 1 to 2 hit points. Alright, looks like I got one right off the side. There we go. So the rest should be pretty easy to finish up. There we go. Local mage problem dealt with. Sure hope they weren't peaceful people. I mean, they did shoot the first arrow. And this is why I said 10,000 gold to start really isn't that big of a boon. Once you go through 10 or so of these huge groups, because then you get even thicker pack than that. You don't really have that much of money problems until you go to buy all your books. Some monsters will run away when they're low hit points, so you end up with some stragglers like that. Ooh, a real sword. 2d4 plus 5. So it gets an extra bonus to actually hitting on top of a bonus to its damage. And you'll see that's very common in weapons. They all have like a base damage, then they have a modifier to it. So this will do 4 to 20 damage, and this will do, let's see, 7 to 4, 8, 7 to 15 damage. So this has a higher low damage, low end of its damage roll, but a lower high end. I'm actually going to stick with the two-handed sword for now.
Got it. Aha. Aha.
And another crossbow.
Aha.
Yay! I was just looking at my time, and it appears I'm quite over my 30-minute mark. So I will save the game here and pick up shortly. Hope you enjoyed watching, and I hope it wasn't too boring, but now at least we're killing things. So that's a benefit. Anyways, I will upload a new video soon. Have a good day.